The celestial nova glided through the vast expanse of space, the crew busy with their respective duties. Captain Jayla Avari stood on the bridge, surveying the starscape ahead. She had a feeling that they were in for another adventure. "Captain, we've received a distress signal from a nearby planet," said Lieutenant Commander Takor, the ship's communications officer. But Jayla's interest was piqued. "What's the nature of the distress signal?" Quote, "It's a request for assistance. The planet is being threatened by a rogue asteroid that's on a collision course with it." "Set a course for the planet," Jayla ordered. "We need to see what we can do to help." As the celestial nova approached the planet, Jayla and her crew were greeted by the sight of a massive asteroid hurtling towards the planet's surface. The planet's inhabitants were frantically trying to evacuate, but they didn't have enough time. "Captain, we need to act fast," said Dax Rigel, the ship's first officer. "I suggest we use the ship's weapons to destroy the asteroid before it hits the planet." Jayla nodded in agreement. "Do it, Lieutenant Commander Takor." Takor fired the ship's weapons at the asteroid, but it was too big for the weapons to destroy completely. The asteroid broke apart into several smaller pieces, but they were still hurtling towards the planet. "Captain, the asteroid fragments are still on a collision course with the planet," said Lieutenant Commander Takor. "We need to find a way to stop them," said Jayla. "Dax, do you have any ideas?" Quote, Dax concentrated for a moment, his telepathic abilities at work. "I sense that there's a gravitational anomaly nearby. If we can redirect the asteroid fragments towards it, it should pull them away from the planet." "Good thinking, Dax. Set a course for the anomaly," said Jayla. The celestial nova flew towards the gravitational anomaly, with the asteroid fragments in hot pursuit. The crew worked quickly to calculate the trajectory and timing of the asteroid fragments. And with a well-timed burst of thrusters, they managed to redirect the asteroid fragments into the anomaly. The fragments were pulled away from the planet, and disaster was averted. The planet's inhabitants were grateful for the celestial nova's assistance, and Jayla and her crew were hailed as heroes. As they prepared to depart, they received a message from an unknown source. "Captain, we've received a message from a Xanari ship," said Lieutenant Commander Takor. Jayla's heart skipped a beat. The Xanari were a mysterious and powerful race, known for their ability to manipulate time and space. They were rarely seen or heard from, and when they were, it usually meant trouble. "On screen," said Jayla. The view screen flickered to life, showing a Xanari representative. "Greetings, Captain Avari. We have a proposal for you and your crew." "What kind of proposal?" asked Jayla, warily. "We are in need of your assistance in a matter of great importance. We require your aid in negotiating a peace treaty between two factions who are on the brink of war." Jayla exchanged a glance with Dax. This was not something they had expected. "We would be happy to assist in any way we can," said Jayla. "Very well. We will provide you with the coordinates of our stronghold, where the negotiations will take place. We will also send a ship to escort you there." The Xanari ship disappeared from the screen, leaving Jayla and her crew to ponder what lay ahead. They had faced many challenges before, but negotiating a peace treaty between two warring factions was a new one. As the celestial nova made its way towards the Xanari stronghold, Jayla and Dax prepared themselves for the negotiations ahead. They knew that the fate of the universe could hang in the balance, and that they would need to use all of their skills and resources to succeed. The Xanari stronghold was a massive structure, seemingly carved out of the very fabric of space and time. As the celestial nova docked, Jayla and Dax were met by their Xanari hosts. "Captain Avari, First Officer Rigel, welcome to our stronghold," said the Xanari representative. "Thank you for having us," said Jayla. "We're here to do everything we can to prevent a war between these factions." "Excellent. The negotiations will take place in this room," said the Xanari, leading them into a large chamber filled with strange devices and artifacts. The negotiations were intense and exhausting, with both factions refusing to budge on their demands. Jayla and Dax used all of their diplomatic skills to try and find common ground. But it seemed like they were getting nowhere. As the talks reached a stalemate, Jayla and Dax decided to take a break and explore the stronghold. They wandered through the corridors, marveling at the strange devices and artifacts. Suddenly, they stumbled upon a hidden chamber, filled with glowing crystals and strange glyphs. At the center of the room was a strange device, pulsing with energy. "What is this?" asked Dax, his telepathic abilities sensing something powerful. "I don't know, but it looks important," said Jayla, approaching the device. As soon as she touched it, the device activated, sending a shockwave through the stronghold. Alarms blared, and they could hear the sound of Xanari guards rushing towards them. "We need to get out of here," said Dax, grabbing Jayla's arm. As they made their way towards the exit, they were pursued by Xanari guards, who were intent on capturing them. "Captain, we need to use the device," said Dax, his eyes flashing with determination. "But we don't even know what it does," said Jayla, as they dodged a blast from a Xanari weapon. "I sense that it has the power to reveal the truth behind the conflict. We need to use it to show the factions that they have more in common than they think." Jayla hesitated for a moment, but then nodded in agreement. They made their way back to the hidden chamber, pursued by the Xanari guards. As they activated the device, a beam of light shot out, enveloping the room. They could feel time and space bending around them, as the device worked its magic. When the light faded, they found themselves in the midst of a tense standoff between the two factions. But something was different. They could see the truth behind the conflict, the root causes of the distrust and animosity between the factions. Jayla and Dax stepped forward, their hands raised in a gesture of peace. They spoke of the common ground that the factions shared, and the importance of working together towards a better future. Slowly but surely, the factions began to lay down their arms and work towards peace. The Xanari were impressed by Jayla and Dax's ability to use the device to reveal the truth, and they agreed to work with the Celestial Nova to promote peace and understanding throughout the universe. As they made their way back to the ship, Jayla and Dax felt a sense of satisfaction and wonder. That they had faced incredible challenges and had come out on top, using their skills and resources to make a real difference in the universe. They knew that there would be more challenges ahead, but they were ready for whatever lay ahead. The Celestial Nova sailed off into the stars, ready for the next adventure.